In the headlines, Niger coup leaders short airspace places troops on standby citing threat of intervention. INEC prepares 11,355 beavers for Kogi, Bayelsa, Imo polls. Gunmen abduct first-class chief and wife in Nasarawa State. And on the foreign scene, Senegal's opposition leader Ousmane Sonko hospitalized after 1 week on hunger strike. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and now the details. Now, Nigeria's coup leaders have disclosed the country's airspace until further notice. This is as they rejected an ultimatum from West African states to reinstate deposed President Mohamed Bazoum or risk military intervention. The 7-day ultimatum given to the military junta expired on Sunday, with the purchased remaining adamant, even as they have gone ahead to rally unprecedented support from the civil population who joined them in keeping vigil on the streets of Niamey and other major cities like Maradi on Saturday through Sunday. On Sunday night, an estimated 30,000 coup supporters gathered at a stadium in Nigeria's capital, Niamey, to cheer on the generals who seized power. A spokesman for the now ruling National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland, CNSP, Amadou Abdurrahmani, said the threat of military intervention from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, informed the airspace closure. In a statement read out on national television, Abdurrahmani said there had been a pre-deployment of forces in 2 Central African countries in preparation for intervention, but did not give details. The residents, Nigerians and Nigerians alike, said that they detest war and called on ECOWAS to have a rethink in line with a clarion call by prominent groups and individuals. ECOWAS has not yet announced what its next move will be after the expiration of the deadline given to the coupists. Communities in Katsina State, which are on the borders with Niger, have warned that any military action against Nigeria or Nigerians' neighbor could trigger the worst humanitarian crisis ever on the African continent. Residents of Jibia, one of such border towns, said that they believe the military action will escalate the already fragile security situation on the frontline states, which have been devastated by insecurity for over a decade. Abdullahi Amadi completes the report.
The atmosphere is tense, and there is a feeling of uncertainty among Jibia residents. The anxiety is heightened as the clock ticks towards the end of the ultimatum given to Niger's military junta to restore civil rule.
It affects so many things, not only my business. So many businesses, all the businesses, they have already crippled all the businesses. Even the transportation, food, buying and selling of goods and services, all the businesses has already been crippled.
I will not wish to live and see Niger and Nigeria at war, because it sounds ridiculous and embarrassing for twin brothers fighting each other while we know the end will be sham. As I speak, the price of every food item, rice, maize, beans, millet, and guinea corn, is above 50,000 naira per bag. The 50-kilometer Katsina-Jibia road looks deserted, with heavy security presence extorting money from the few motorists plying the road. Montgomery-Jibia border control post looks like a ghost house, with only few unfriendly security operatives enforcing the presidential directives of ensuring total closure of all land borders with Niger Republic. Residents along the Nigeria-Niger border are feeling the crunch of the impasse. They are warning Nigeria and other ECOWAS countries that any military action against Niger Republic could spell doom. It seems those at the top are not aware of the difficulties we are facing. Look, in Jibia here, you can't go beyond 2 kilometers outside the town without you being kidnapped or killed. And our leaders are drumming for war. It's unfortunate and senseless. The ever-busy Jibia Motor Park is now filled with empty vehicles. There are no passengers, and once again, businesses in the border towns have been disrupted. Back in Katsina, these heavy trucks loaded with assorted food items, animal feeds, and other goods heading to Jibia have been prevented from proceeding for over a week. Truck drivers wonder why customs officials prevented them from reaching their destinations, but the customs officers are just doing their job. It could be recalled that the Controller General of the Nigeria Customs Service was at Magamar Jibia Border Control Post to enforce the presidential directive of border closure and ensure strict compliance. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
The Independent National Electoral Commission will deploy 11,355 bimodal voter accreditation system machines for voters accreditation in the November 11 governorship elections in Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo State. INEC will conduct governorship elections in the three states on November 11. According to INEC, Bayelsa State has 2,244 polling units, Kogi has 3,508 polling units, and Imo has 4,758 polling units. It will be recalled that the Presidential and National Assembly elections held on February 25, 2023 were marred by the Beavers malfunction. The current economic challenges have forced offices to design work plans that will allow members of staff to work from home. Working from home was first experimented during the COVID-19 pandemic, but now the idea is being reintroduced to cope with the rising cost of living in Nigeria. Now, some workers in Bauchi State spoke to Trust TV's Adamu Imam on the new work strategy. His report.
Some temporary measures have been introduced by many working institutions across the country as a strategy to reduce the current economic pressure on Nigerian people. One of those strategies is working from home, which reduces cost of transportation and challenges the creativity of workers. However, it does not seem that the strategy is acceptable to all workers. Workers in Bauchi State, for instance, have divergent opinion on whether the decision is feasible.
I can cope or fight the idea of high cost of living because of the challenges we are facing in this country, especially the high cost of food price, transportation, and all that. If the government, especially the federal government of Nigeria, can find a situation that can fight these challenges, and for the masses or for the people of Nigeria to ease this hardship they are facing, that is a good idea, or this is a welcome idea.
You already have distraction from the person that is a family man. The young man, he wants to go and chill with his friends, this and that. At the end of the day, the job he's supposed to do, because already when you are in the workplace, there are already distractions within the work environment already. The distractions are going to be greater if we are working from home. So advisably, let's just continue to work in the office. I know a lot of people might not like the statement that we should not work from home, but for the system to grow, definitely we have to work from the workplace.
For worker to go to office for only 3 days, it will delay our activities that we have in the office. But what I see here is that if they will reduce it, let it be 2 people in one position of working, so that if one person is at home, one person is there. If another person is there, another person is at home.
This worker believes optimal results may not be achieved as a result of distraction while working from home. He believes other social conflicts may arise, which may impact negatively on productivity.
The way we have been programmed, it is that when you come to the office, you are doing office work. When you are at home, you are doing things you are supposed to do at home. So for me, it is not going to be good for the system. But if they want to do it, I think the worker is going to be the one to enjoy, because you spend less days at work and more days at home.
Rather than adopt this alternative, the workers believe government should put more efforts into providing palliatives, which, if they reach the common man, will reduce the impact of hardship on the people. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
On security, attacks on communities along Birnungwari axis by the bandits, terrorists and other criminal elements have been a source of concerns to commuters plying the road. Commuters say bandits' operations left many stranded on Thursday on the road for almost 24 hours. Trust TV's Bello Musa speaks to the commuters on their predicament along Birnungwari Road amidst the renewed operation by bandits and other criminal elements. The report.
Birnungwari axis has been suffering from banditry and terrorism for years. Many lives were lost, communities were also displaced by the bandits, business activities were also crippled despite series of security interventions. However, in the recent past, the security situation improved with commuters plying the Birnungwari axis. However, bandit activities is now resurging along the road, with drivers narrating their ugly experience on the road. The road is bad. The security situation is deteriorating. I was driving on the road and bandits blocked the road. I had to go back to a military checkpoint and stay there for a while before the military escorted us and passed the danger zone. 2 people were shot on the road and one of them died. The bandit activities resurfaced between Udawa, Kuriga and Birnungwari. As we speak, drivers from Birnungwari are yet to arrive Kaduna because of the bandits on the road. The road leading to Birnungwari is now deserted. It takes courage of the Trust TV crew to visit the road, as only few commuters who dare to travel reach their destination safely. We plied the road, expecting the worst. Like yesterday, they opened fire on the commuters, but they escaped death. And now, I want to go back to Birnungwari, but drivers from Birnungwari were stranded on the road and are yet to reach Kaduna. In the last 2 weeks, they kill people every day. Though there were security operatives at some locations, but they were not enough on the road. Alice Isa, a driver plying Birnungwari Road, and Haris Idris, a passenger, recount their experience and the number of relatives they lost to banditry in the area. During campaign, rekindled hope that the security challenges bedeviling the people in Birnungwari and environs will be over.
I don't know whether bandits knew that or not, but we serve them notice again that we will not relent in an effort to eliminate banditry and violence killing in Nigeria.
We want the president to fulfill the promise he made at the Emir's Palace in Birnungwari that he will deal with security challenges. We are now being faced with serious security challenges. I am calling on the government to help us. They kidnap people on the road and farms. The Deputy Police Public Relations Officer ASP Mansour Hassan, when contacted on the phone, said he will find out from the DPO of the said area where bandits attack commuters, before commenting, adding that security agencies are on top of the situation along Birnin Gwari axis. Bella Musa, Trust TV News Kaduna.
A first-class traditional ruler in Nasarawa State, the Emir of Gurku Jibrin Mohammed and his wife Sa'adatu Waziri have been abducted. The police public relations officer, DSP Ramhan Nansel, confirmed the incident to journalists. He disclosed that the Emir was taken away from his palace, which is located a few kilometers from the Mararaba main town of Karu local government area on Sunday night by kidnappers alongside his wife. He added that a combined police team, in collaboration with vigilante groups, combed the surrounding bushes of the area after receiving a distress call, but no trace of the abductees. He said efforts to rescue the Emir and his wife are ongoing as additional police personnel from the police tactical team, anti-kidnapping units, and others from the Cairo Area Command have been deployed to the area. Meanwhile, a female soldier has killed a senior colleague at a checkpoint in Yola, Adamawa State in northeast Nigeria. The soldier, Daily Trust reports, was enforcing the curfew imposed by the Adamawa State government. The female soldier, identified as Lance Corporal Nkiru, reportedly shot a captain who attempted to intervene in her altercation with civilians at fire service roundabout in Yola. The female soldier insisted that motorists, including workers on essential duty coming home during the curfew hours, must turn back. The victim was confirmed dead at the Federal Medical Center, Yola, while the suspect was instantly arrested and whisked away by soldiers. Delta State government has begun the opening up of all major canals in the state as part of preemptive measures to ensure the free flow of water to existing rivers and prevent flooding in major cities across Delta. This is coming after the prediction of heavy flooding, particularly in some coastal states of Nigeria, by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, the NIMET. The Director General, Special Duties Government House, Asaba, Frank Omari, who monitored the clearing of the canals, which started from Eforun in Ovwe local government area down to Warri South, a local government area of Delta, stressed that the state government was determined to do the right thing. Omari told journalists in Warri that Governor Sharif Oborivori was determined to do everything within his powers to ensure that flooding was a thing of the past in the state. You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up, we'll take a look at modern traditional medicine for healthcare. This and more after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust TV, and here's a recap of our top stories. We brought you Niger coup leaders short airspace places troops on standby citing threats of intervention. And INEC prepares 11,355 beavers for Kogi, Bayelsa, Imo polls. Now moving on to more stories. Pandemonium on Monday engulfed Lugbe and Abuja suburb when officials from the Federal Capital Development Authority stormed the building material market to remove illegal structures. The FCDA came with a combined security outfit to demolish the illegal market built in Shaft, which has thrived over the years. The market houses an assortment of businesses but sits under electricity transmission lines. Store owners were seen trying to save their wares from the rolling bulldozers brought to destroy their stalls. Daily Trust gathered that notice for the demolition has been given to the market authorities over a period but was neglected. On health matters, alternative medicine practitioners in Nigeria are asking President Bola Tinubu to sign into law a bill that would allow them to contribute to the development of the nation's healthcare with a view to complementing conventional medical practice. The modern traditional medical practitioners made the plea while speaking to newsmen in Abuja on the imperative of alternative medicine in building a stronger healthcare delivery system in the country. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports.
Traditional or alternative medicine practice in Nigeria has been in existence before the advent of orthodox medicine. It has been in use for the cure of several ailments, but lack of scientific proof and unregulated practice has been undermining its efficacy and usage amongst the people. It is against this backdrop that the alternative medicine practitioners want President Bola Tinubu to sign the already passed bill by the National Assembly into law to allow them contribute meaningfully to the healthcare delivery.
You know, if you carry yourself, go many countries, and we are here, and by God great, if you do this bill in council, many achievements will get in Nigeria.
Dr. Bamidele Patoe is the National Secretary of the group. He solicited the support of the federal government in boosting traditional medicine practice across the country.
Traditional medicine is the best medicine that is now taking places in all the other countries, especially in India and other advanced countries. So Nigeria too wanted to equal themselves with these nations in producing traditional medicine to face our health problems.
Unwholesome practice and unprofessional conduct amongst some traditional medicine practitioners, lack of proper regulation and certification have undermined the application and acceptability of alternative medicine practice in Nigeria. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
On a foreign scene, a Senegalese opposition leader who has been on a hunger strike protesting his detention has been admitted to hospital, according to his supporters. Ousmane Sonko was hospitalized on Sunday at the main hospital in Senegal's capital, Dakar, according to a statement from his now dissolved party, the Patriots of Senegal, PASTEF. Sonko, 49, was arrested on July 28 and has been charged with plotting an insurrection, undermining state security, and criminal association with a terrorist body. He began his hunger strike 2 days later. PASTEF said Sonko had been admitted for the emergency care and held the authorities responsible for his condition, adding that prior to his imprisonment, he was in good health and had no known illnesses. Sire Cledoli, one of the Sonko's lawyer, confirmed the hospitalization but did not disclose his condition. There was no immediate comment from the Senegalese government. Now, Sonko placed third in the West African country's presidential election in 2019. Is popular for the country's youths. His arrest and the dissolution of his party ignited deadly protests in Dakar last week. At least 2 people died during the unrest, while several others were wounded. And finally, in sports, Nigeria have bowed out of the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup after losing 4-2 to England on penalties on Thursday. The round of 16 game ended goalless in normal and extra time at the Brisbane Park. Chloe Kelly scored the winning kick in the shootout to take European champions England, who had Lauren James sent off in normal time, through to a last 8 tie against Colombia or Jamaica. And with that, we wrap up news updates on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.